past season, now that you're going through the process, is there anything this past season that maybe you improved or got better that you think is really helping you right now?
I think every opportunity you have to play another season of football is just going to, add pieces to your game. I think about all the opportunities that I've had to be coached by the coaches at Wisconsin and just sharpening little details in my game that, I can always improve on as a player. You go through your career. To say anything in specific, I would say just developing as a multi, not just a pass rusher, not just a run stopper, but being able to put the whole bag together, dropping as well into coverage, just showing I can do it all.
You were confident going into the combine, we heard from your interview, and then you performed as well as you did in testing. Just as maybe a response or the feedback you've gotten from scouts or personnel changed since you did put up those numbers and showed your athleticism like that?
I don't know if it really changed. I mean, I was a little disappointed in myself. I had some higher expectations. My jumps, my run. I'm my biggest critic at the end of the day, so I'm going to hold myself to a higher standard. But I think there were some people that were surprised, like I said, just showing that I'm an all-around, well-rounded athlete, more so than maybe some people even thought.
Were you able to improve on those out here numbers?
I didn't test at all today.
Did you even feel good? Did
no.
you feel better about anything?
I felt good at the combine, and I'm confident with what I put out there. Just figured it was in my best interest to stick with it.
You said you were a little bit disappointed at the combine, but I know just talking to people when you were there, I talked to people when you were there, whatever, that they were very impressed.
Mm-hmm.
So what is your reaction, and how much do you pay attention to the buzz? And it seems like now there's a buzz around it.
Yeah, I try not to pay too much attention to it because I know at the end of the day, like I said, just putting my best product out there. I hold myself to a high standard, and I would have liked to test a little better. I had a little more in me from my pre-test and everything like that, but I put some good numbers out there, and I hope some people notice that.
Mason, I know you got asked some similar things while there, but just now that we have you here, what did this place obviously A mean to you, and B just how did Coach Mitchell and some of the staff really help along with your work to push you where you're looking at right now?
Yeah, it meant a lot to me, my time here at Wisconsin. I'll forever be a Badger now coming out. People ask me where I play college ball at. I'm proud to say I'm a Badger. I think there's a lot of meaning to that, especially when I'm compared to some of the guys that have come out of here. It's a privilege and an honor to be put in the same category as some of those guys, and I'm thankful for all the coaches that I had here, all the teammates. Being back in town in Madison after a whole training process, it's super nice to see everybody. Just to be back around, this is home. So.
Jason, have you had much interaction with TJ Watt over the years?
I have not, no.
Mason, as a player and a person, what do you want a team to take away from you? What can you provide for an NFL team for why they should want to pick you?
I think I can provide a lot. That's something that I pride myself on as a player, is not just how I am as a player on the field, but off the field, the way I carry myself, the kind of person I am. Everything I've done in my career has showed that I'm resilient. Like I touched on at the combine, just being versatile. I know I can bring a lot to a team, and whatever they ask me to do, I will gladly do for sure.
Mason, can you just take us through the training process? Where are you training? Who are you training with? And then after this, kind of what's next as you prepare for the draft?
Yeah, I was training down in South Florida, just north of Miami, at a really good facility called Bommaritos. Me and DP were there. Rico was also down there. So to have some familiar faces while I go through the process was super nice, and we got a lot of good work too. Good workouts. You're training all your whole football career to be a good football player, and then you go to a combine prep place and you're working to run fast, jump high, those things. So it's a little different techniques and training. And then as far as what's to come, really taking it day by day. I know I have some individual meetings with teams and some workouts that I'm going to be asked to do, and it's just talks with my agent, just making sure I'm free and staying in shape, training through this whole process.
But you going back to Florida, or you going home, or you staying up here?
I'm going to be between here and back home in Chicago. So just making the most of the facilities and knowing I'm going to be around good people, working with the trainers here, staying in shape overall.
Have you had a chance to chat with any of the other outside linebackers here since you've been back in town? And for those fans, who do you feel is going to be able to take a jump starting spring ball coming up in a couple of weeks?
Yeah, definitely. It's been super cool to see all the guys. There's a bunch of new faces as well, but Sebastian Cheeks is one of those guys that jumps to mind because, I know he's such a good player, and having the privilege to be in the room with him last year, I'm super excited to cut the film back on and see what the season's going to look like for him.
Mason, I heard you say at the combine that you started playing when you were 5 years old. You watched your older brother. Like, what are some of your early memories of playing the sport?
Yeah, I was on a very competitive organization in the northwest suburbs of Chicago, Hoffman Redhawks. Shout out to them, because I think that really set the tone for my football career, and just having the standards and the expectations to always be successful. Like, we weren't just an in-house team that was playing the local teams. We'd go to regional championships in Indiana. We went down to Florida to play in the national championship tournament. So just stuff like that really being the foundation of my competitive football career and carrying that with me today.
What was it like in your house? Are you kind of the typical younger brother who...
I'm the middle.
Okay.
Yeah, so between my older brother and my younger brother, it was just super competitive is what I tell people. That's why I am the way I am still today. We were always pushing each other to be the best.